Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. It is time for a low spend month. I used to call it no spend, like a no spend month, but the reality is we do still spend some money in the month that we do this. My goal is not to not spend any money. My goal is to spend as little money as possible during this month. Last year was the year that we did it in January for the first time. And all of us agreed it was the easiest time to do it because just coming off of Christmas and all of the excess holiday food and stuff, we're all kind of ready for just simpler food. Nobody needs anything as far as clothing goes or anything like that. So it just seems to be a good month for us to do that. So I have myself my little list here of notes that I've made. We always pick a goal for the money that we save during this month to put it towards something. We went to Florida one year, saved up a bunch of money for it. We bought a used van one year, that went towards that. And so this year, my beef that we had gotten from the quarter of a cow that we got almost about a year ago is just about gone. And so it is time to, my sister-in-law's father is not raising beef right now, so it's time to find a new farmer, get that in the works, and save up money for the beef. I would like about $900 or $1,000 is about what I would like in that envelope. And so that is our goal. So my goal would be to save this month about $500, but we are still stuffing all of our cash envelopes because we're still trying to save up for things along the way. We are still paying for all of our bills. You do that, you don't stop your bills. So basically the category where I can save the most is just little miscellaneous purchases, at the drugstore. You run out for extra groceries. And then our grocery budget is where I can save the most personally. So we are doing a very, very low grocery budget. We are eating very simple meals. And when I say simple, it's low ingredient meals where you don't have to, low, cheap meals, basically. Still healthy, but where it doesn't require a lot of little different items to buy. We never skimp on our Plexus supplements or buying our vitamin C or any of that stuff. We do not skimp on that stuff during a low spend month because you always pay for it later. Somebody gets sick. For us, our doctor's visits do not have a copay. It's a full, you pay for your office visit. So when we have to go in when we're sick or something, I honestly, it has been years and years and years since my family has been needed an antibiotic of any sort, all 5 of us. And so we generally stay very, very healthy and we don't want to jeopardize that. So I will be buying all of our Plexus supplements. I will continue to buy, we buy a vitamin C supplement and, all the basics like that. Another thing to note is we are not depleting the food storage that I have stored up down in our basement. That is, we rotate through it, it's all food that we use, but that is for emergencies, that is for a job loss, natural disaster. I'm not just gonna shop from that this month to try to save a bunch of money, because then I would just have to replenish it next month. And you don't really want to do that anyway, because then you have a bunch of stuff, that's all out of date at the same time. You really want to just little bits here and there, so then your dates are spread out more, if that makes sense. But what I will be doing is a detailed inventory down there, and I will be pulling stuff that is getting close to date that needs to be used up anyway, and I will incorporate that into our meals, but then I will also add it to my grocery list so that I replenish it right away. So that's kind of how I'm doing that. Another thing that we like to do, we do this anyway, but if you're doing like a low spend month, you have to eat your leftovers, like every single scrap of leftovers. I generally eat leftovers for lunch. I will have the kids eat leftovers for lunch. Sometimes we will just have a leftover dinner where like 3 days worth of dinners have accumulated, like the leftovers, and then we will just have that as a leftover dinner and everybody gets to pick what they want. Another way that you can do it, which I do this quite often, is if there's like 1 or 2 portions left, there's not enough for like a whole nother meal, I will portion it out and put it in the freezer. And then sometimes, like this month, we will be doing this either for lunch or dinner. I will just pull out a bunch of little like single portion leftovers from the freezer. Everybody can pick what they want. And then you get like a whole dinner out of just like, you know, the little servings left over that nobody really wants after you've had it anyway. So you have to eat your leftovers if you're going to do a low spend or no spend month. And then the biggest reason, honestly, that we do this is just like when I do, Plexus has a thing called a reset box. And it's like a 3-day, like very high protein fast that you do. Like you drink bone broth and that sort of thing. It is for a like financial reset, and January is a great month to do that. You forget how often you spend money on stuff that you don't really need, like that are impulse purchases, or, you know, it's just easier to stop at this store than it is to like go the extra distance and really get the savings at another store. And so the biggest reason that I personally like to do this month is to just like for a reset. Just to reset my brain, to reset our spending habits. Just like when you fast, like you are resetting your body, you're resetting like your snacking habits, just, you know, mindlessly snacking. And so when you mindlessly spend, you kind of get into habits, and those kind of need to be broken. Even if you have hordes of money and you're not like saving for a particular goal, it's just a really good exercise and being good stewards of what you have and not just like going out and needlessly purchasing things. Which brings me to, this is also the month where we will just clean up the scraps of stuff that nobody's really wanted to use, nobody has really liked necessarily. So like, let's say I try out a new dry shampoo and I just don't like it. I will typically just go buy the one that I like and I will save that one in the cupboard. And this is the month where I pull out stuff like that. Still perfectly usable. It's just not my favorite. Same thing with like deodorants. Like people, you know, my family will try a scent of deodorant and they just don't like it, or, you know, stuff like that. We save that stuff and then we use it during this month. For example, I won't be buying ketchup this month. My daughter works at Chick-fil-A now, and she gets sauces in her, like when she gets her employee meal, she'll get like ketchups, and I've been purposely having her get Chick-fil-A sauce because the other two really like Chick-fil-A sauce and I usually buy it. And so when she gets her sauces, those just go in the refrigerator, and this is the month where we will be using up all of those little packs of ketchup and stuff that you get from fast food, that, you know, the fry sauce and stuff like that. So it's just a good way to use up stuff that you wouldn't ordinarily reach for or use, and just be good stewards of what you have. I think that is everything, except for we purposely save gift cards for this month. So we don't eat out a ton, and some of our favorite gifts to get from people are gift cards to restaurants, fast food, doesn't really matter. We like everything. And so we typically will save those gift cards for a month like this. Or typically we will save some of them for like when we're traveling and stuff too. It's just fun to use gift cards when you're traveling and not spend your, you know, your spending money or whatever. So we will be using a little bit of those during this month, but honestly, it's a very busy month with basketball and such. So I will be packing a ton of our dinners to take with us. We will eat out a couple times. The only eating out money that I've given us for this low spend month, which typically it would be $0, I have given us $15, which I will use that as like emergency eating out for like, that gets us 2 pizzas at Little Caesars. So if there's just a night, like let's say I get sick, or there's just a night where it is not gonna happen, like me packing all of the dinner and, you know, everybody has to be every which way, then I've got one night that I can use that. The goal is to not use it, but I have one night of that I can utilize if I need to. And that's just a rule that we've given ourselves so that there's an emergency meal if we need it. Other than that, I am going to be scratch making lots and lots of stuff. And our grocery budget for the month is $300. That's what I'm really shooting for. And that's, you know, like that is really slim at the grocery store. So I'm going to try super hard to do it. I don't know if in this economy, if it's going to be possible, but that is the goal. I'm excited. My family is not excited. Jason's always on board. He doesn't mind doing this. The kids all don't like it, but that's fine. They don't have to like it. They just have to live here. So I hope this inspired you in some way. Let me know if you do a month like this. We've done it for years and years and years now. This is at least, I don't know, year 12 or 13 probably. We are always blessed by it. It's always beneficial. And so I would just encourage you to try it if you have never tried it. I would love to hear if you have any questions in the comments or if you need any advice. But as always, I appreciate you watching and we will see you in the next video. Bye.